This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. The frigid temperatures are here.
But our chief meteorologist, Gary Canalti, says it's only going to get colder.
Wow.
Let's get a look at your first warning forecast with Gary, who is on the weather patio.
You know, Charlotte, I've been saying for the last couple of days that it's possible that the very coldest temperatures might not arrive until the end of next week, and that may be now the new thing that we're looking at. The bitter cold is already starting to spread, and we've had some breaks in the clouds, which is nice. You can see the widespread snow cover, so there's nothing really to modify the snow around or the cold around here. Other side of Lake Michigan, heavy lake effect snow squalls are occurring in western lower Michigan, but we have wind chill advisories that have been issued from midnight tonight through noon on Sunday for Juneau and Adams counties and areas to the west and north, and those may have to be expanded over much of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now right around 10 degrees, some cases in the single digits. You factor in the winds, it feels like it's between about 5 and 10 degrees below zero, and those numbers will continue to drop. In fact, by tomorrow morning, future track wind chills should be in the minus 15 to minus 25 range. Even during the day tomorrow, those wind chills staying below zero, and then tomorrow night, even colder weather. The actual low temperature dropping to around 14 below zero, wind chills as cold as 25 to 35 below zero. Look for those temperatures to drop to just below zero here in Madison by early tomorrow morning with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will turn cloudy. There might be a couple of flurries in the afternoon, but a high temperature of 8, just a sign of things to come. And it loolooks like I said, the worst of the cold might not get here until the end of next week. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
All right, be careful out there. Usually 24 hours after a snowstorm, roads are pretty well cleared. Well, that's not exactly the case this time, but not for a lack of effort.
Jamie Perez shares how the city of Madison is working to keep the streets safe by working through some frigid conditions. Jamie?
Well, many of you probably noticed that we do not have perfect roads after last night's snow event. A lot of frosted over roads throughout the area that could last well into next week, especially with those chilly temperatures that Gary just mentioned. But the city does have some plans to make driving on these roads just a little bit safer. If single-digit temperatures can't stop Peter Hansen from taking his daily walks,
I try to walk for an hour every day.
Icy roads and sidewalks won't stop him either.
I ran for 40 years outside, and I've never used earplugs or anything. I just like being out in the weather.
But when it comes to driving on these roads,
Different story, yeah.
a story that most people find themselves part of today.
The reason being was the cold temperatures. When it gets below 20 degrees, salt at the rate that the Streets Division applies it doesn't really work or begins to work really slow.
Johnson said city crews plowed through the night, but obviously with the dip in temperatures, a lot of it froze to the roads. He says a little bit of sun could help.
Even when cold temperatures, when the sun's beating on pavement, it'll warm up and we might get a little bit of melting there.
The city is working on sanding the roads over the next few days to make sure drivers have as much traction as possible. But there will be some slick spots, nevertheless.
As the high winds could blow some of this snow around. As it kept snowing last night, when it gets colder, the snow got a little lighter. And so with these high winds we're going to see today, it's going to blow a lot of it around. So that could add to some of the travel complications today, but we're going to have crews out to put sand down to help with traction where possible.
Even with sand providing extra grip, Hansen's solution is to just walk.
Well, when you drive, you have to be much more careful. Cars slide more easily than I think people do with their shoes.
Until the weather heats up and the roads start to defrost, maybe we can take a page out of Hansen's story.
Yeah, I like spring and fall a lot better than winter or summer.
But the cold's not going to stop you from walking anyways.
Oh, no, definitely not.
All right, so the solution then is to just walk everywhere. Just kidding. Definitely not for everybody, but Brian Johnson with the City Streets Division just wants to put out a gentle reminder to people to make sure you steer clear of the snow plows as they're going to be working throughout the night just to make sure that they get to any spots that they may have missed overnight.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Come inside, get warm. Due to the bitter cold temperatures for the next week, the Salvation Army will be opening an overflow day warming center. The Salvation Army says it'll be open if the Beacons family space is at capacity. Families can come to the Salvation Army between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. through next Friday. Officials say lunch and dinner will be provided, but the capacity for the Family Warming Center is 30 people.
As the better temperatures roll in, many homeowners are worried about their furnaces, but area experts say there are a few things you can do to avoid any problems.
A lot of the problems we're running into with the high snow piles now is intakes and exhausts are getting plugged. Some things homeowners can do, make sure their gas meters are clear. The intake and exhaust pipes are clear. Change batteries in their thermostat and check their filter.
Rathard also tells homeowners and renters to leave the thermostat at one temperature. He says you should also check your filter at least once a month.
With the frigid temperatures in the forecast, you can stay up to date on the weather by downloading our First Warn weather app. It features live radar, hourly forecasts, along with closings and delays. To download the free app, just go to your phone's app store and search WISC weather.
More than 6,000 Wisconsinites have died from COVID complications since the pandemic first started. 28 new deaths were confirmed today. Health officials confirm more than 1,200 new cases, and that is slightly higher than the 7-day rolling average. 2.5% of Wisconsin's population has received both doses of the COVID shot now. More than 10% of Dane County's population has received the vaccine. About 3.3% of the county has completed both doses.
It's been a week of quick reactions, but little progress at the state capitol. Just in the last hour, Republican leaders wasted no time bashing Governor Evers for vetoing their COVID relief package today. In a joint statement, Speaker Robin Vos and Senate Leader Devin LeMahieu wrote, "It appears Governor Evers cares more about his own power than the people of Wisconsin." Republicans say Evers wants to force employees to get the vaccine, close churches and schools, and that his decision will mean losing out of tens of millions of dollars in federal aid.
That statement came a few hours after some fiery debate on the Senate floor about a bill that Evers did ultimately veto.
Brady Mallory joins us now to break down why. Brady?
Well, this bill changed a lot since the governor first agreed to a compromise relief bill with the Senate last month. The Assembly introduced changes outside of the agreement, including measures limiting local public health powers and making it impossible for employers to require the vaccine. The Senate decided to pass the bill with those changes today.
So is this the perfect bill in front of us? No, it might not be the perfect bill. This is a vitally important bill for the state of Wisconsin, and we need everybody to come together, vote for this, and get the governor's signature on it.
Keep in mind, Mr. President, the majority party hasn't done anything for the past 10 or 11 months. And the only bill that's going to pass that deals with COVID-19 in all likelihood is going to be vetoed. So at the end of the day, Mr. President, we're left with nothing.
If the state Supreme Court overturns the governor's current mask order, killing this bill could also terminate $50 million a month in extra federal food stamp aid. This bill is the first relief bill the legislature has passed since April.
President Biden made it clear he's prepared to get a COVID economic relief measure passed without a single Republican vote. The president directed his remarks to Senate Republicans who offered their own counterproposal at about a third of the price of the president's $1.9 trillion plan. While the president says he is willing to target direct stimulus payments based on income, he says he will not cut the amount he's promised of $1,400.
I'm going to act, and I'm going to act fast. I'd like to be doing it with the support of Republicans, but they're just not willing to go as far as I think we have to go.
The only organizing principle in this bill that I can figure out is the desire to spend a massive amount of money.
House Speaker Pelosi says she hopes to send a measure to the Senate in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Assembly Democrats and our Democratic colleagues in the state Senate are introducing a bill to create a statewide mask order through legislation that will last for the duration of the national COVID-19 declaration.
Democrats in the Wisconsin state legislature are introducing a bill that would create a statewide mask mandate through the legislative process. Yesterday, the Wisconsin Assembly repealed the Wisconsin statewide mask order, saying Governor Evers was overstepping his powers in creating the mandate. So Democrats introduced the new legislation today. After Republicans repealed the mask mandate, Governor Evers issued a new one. The newly introduced bill would put a statewide mask order into place until President Biden declares the national coronavirus emergency is over. Well, it's been nearly 1 year since face masks became mandatory in Wisconsin to slow the spread of COVID-19. And if you still have that mask you got last March, it may be time to replace it, especially if the elastic and stitching are starting to go. Masks need to fit tightly over your nose and chin to help stop germs from spreading. And don't expect the COVID-19 vaccine to change much. Health experts say you'll still need to wear a mask once you're vaccinated.
It's not a free ride once you've been vaccinated. You still could get disease. So you want to make sure that you're still wearing your mask to protect yourself and to protect others.
Health experts also recommend following the one-and-done rule. Throw away paper medical masks after each use and toss the cloth coverings into the laundry after daily wear.
There are plenty of things we can delay, postpone, or put on the back burner during the pandemic, but caring for vulnerable children is not one of them.
Madeline O'Neill spoke with foster care organizations who say the pandemic has had a big impact on both the number of foster families and how that care looks. Maddie?
Well, we know children needing foster care are often in stressful situations as it is, so the pandemic just adds another layer. Therapy appointments and treatment can be virtual if they happen at all. And in Dane County, out-of-home care supervisor Sarah Lawton says the amount of foster homes currently licensed is the lowest it's been in several years.
The pandemic has definitely impacted the number of applications for out-of-home care providers that we've been receiving. So people are much more wary of applying to become foster parent.
Lawton says they take safety precautions, and the need for out-of-home care providers is still critical, especially for older children. And fostering can be really meaningful, not only for children, but families. Coming up at 6, we'll introduce you to a family who says despite the challenges of the pandemic, fostering 2 siblings was well worth it.
Maddie, thank you. Last month, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention extended the eviction moratorium. Tenants or renters need to sign a declaration in order for them to be under the eviction moratorium. Right now, renters can get that declaration at all of the Madison libraries.
So this form is important. People need to pick it up at a library or print it off online and make sure that their landlord has it if they're worried about being evicted.
The eviction order is extended through March 31st.
Governor Tony Evers says his upcoming budget proposal will include more than $43 million for the state's agriculture industry and farm families. The governor's office says the proposal will aim to expand market opportunities for Wisconsin farms, support new and innovative farming practices, strengthen the agricultural workforce, connect local food pantries to food banks and pantries, and support farmer mental health and well-being. Evers is set to unveil his full 2021-23 budget proposal in a statewide address on Tuesday, February 16th. There's more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, 2 Sun Prairie families have lawyered up following a homework assignment that was given to students that asked them how they would punish a slave. We'll hear from that lawyer at 5. And coming up tonight at 6, Iowa County health officials say they'll be doing mass vaccinations. We'll tell you where at 6. And on Wall Street, a up day with the S&P 500 setting another record high. We'll be right back.
Madison's biggest President's Day appliance sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances, including special doorbusters like these. And no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
3 days only, shop the biggest appliance sale of the year at Grand Appliance. Save on early President's Day price drops combined with Grand exclusive rebates worth up to $700 off top appliance brands. Get unbeatable deals like this Frigidaire 4-piece stainless steel package for just $16.88 after rebate, February 4th, 5th, and 6th, exclusively at Grand Appliance. Shop grandappliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance and TV. Trusted since 1930.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, your first warn forecast as temperatures drop to bitterly cold levels. And another standoff at the state capitol, this time over COVID-19 relief. Governor Evers today vetoing the GOP-sponsored bill. The latest at 6.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Download the Channel 3000 First Warn app and be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A hearing to determine if the teen accused of killing his newborn daughter should be tried as an adult will be open to the public, despite his lawyer trying to change that. 16-year-old Logan Kruckenberg Anderson is charged with first-degree intentional homicide after shooting his newborn daughter multiple times. Today, he appeared by Zoom in Greene County Court. His lawyer asked for a closed hearing on moving his case to juvenile court. The judge denied that and said it will be a public hearing and will be moving the hearing back. Kruckenberg Anderson is expected to be back in court next week.
An attorney is now representing 2 families in the Sun Prairie School District after 6th grade students received a disturbing assignment. It was focused on ancient Mesopotamia and King Hammurabi's code and asked students how they would punish a slave who was talking back. Attorney Ivory Lamar says he couldn't believe something like this could take place in 2021, and asking young children to take the position of a slave owner was exceptionally appalling.
These teachers acted intentionally. You know, they were contacted by the Hopkins family immediately, almost as the assignment was presented. And the teacher initially stated, okay, we'll take it off, and later decided, oh, you know what, I'm going to leave it on. So they were deliberately indifferent to the emotional harm that they knew it was caused. So this is nothing less than intentional.
Lamar is calling for justice for these families and to bring attention to what happened. He will also call for all teachers who were involved to be fired as a result of the emotional distress they caused. Let's get a look at your first warn weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast.
Well, let's start out with the bad news, I suppose. We have alert days in the forecast for tonight all the way through next Saturday, and there's a very good reason for that. Every single night, we're talking about wind chills that by early morning will be anywhere from 10 to perhaps as cold as 40 degrees below zero. That's going to cause frostbite within a few minutes, especially toward those colder temperatures. Even during the daytime, wind chills won't get above zero. In fact, some days those wind chills could be as cold as about 10 to 15 below zero, even through most of the daylight hours. So that is about as cold as it gets around here. At least, let's look at the good side. There's no more snow across Wisconsin. That's all moved off to the east. Heavy lake effect snow squalls are falling on the other side of Lake Michigan. Normally a westerly wind doesn't bring heavy lake effect snow like this, but the Lake Michigan is mostly open water because it was so mild during December and January. So now even just a short fetch across the Lake Michigan with those bitterly cold temperatures are causing heavy lake effect snow squalls over toward Muskegon and Grand Rapids. Winter weather advisories are in effect for that area, as well as down to the south. The weather system will pass to our south tomorrow, perhaps bringing us a few flurries in the afternoon, but any accumulating snow will stay well to the south. Also some advisories up toward the Lake Superior snow belt. Wind chill advisories are in effect for Juneau and Adams counties beginning midnight tonight and lasting through Sunday at noon. Farther to the north and west, those advisories run until Tuesday morning. There are wind chill watches for northeastern Minnesota, and already wind chill warnings for northern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota for wind chills as cold as 50 below zero, and that lasts through Tuesday of next week. Future temperatures and wind chills starting at 10 degrees. Notice those temperatures by early on Sunday morning down to colder than 10 below zero. Those wind chills falling below zero and staying below zero continuously all the way through the weekend and into next week. Upper air pattern it's the polar vortex. This time, you could really say it's the polar vortex. It's a large area of low pressure aloft that's just spinning around the coldest air right over central Canada. Notice a little lobe of it kind of gets into the northern part of the United States, but as we head toward the end of next week, that's when the coldest air kind of arrives from the north and west. You can see that cold air move in. Eventually, it modifies, and it won't be quite as cold as we head toward the end of next weekend, but literally a chunk of the Arctic has kind of broken loose and is heading southward through Canada, and eventually will end up in the northern part of the United States. Right now, the jet stream continues to sag southward. That's just allowing the cold air to pour in, and eventually the upper level winds will come right out of the north, right out of central Canada, and right into the Midwest. So our forecast includes that wind chill advisory from midnight tonight until noon Sunday for Juneau and Adams counties and areas to the northwest. For tonight, look for a low of 2 below zero. Wind chills at times could be as cold as 20 to 25 below zero. Tomorrow, a high of 8. It'll turn cloudy, and maybe could see a couple of flurries in the afternoon. Future track wind chills, again, by early tomorrow morning, they're down in the teens to 20s below zero. During the day, they stay below zero, and on Sunday, look for high wind chills by Sunday morning down to 25 to 35 below zero. Again, alert days in the forecast. Some light snow on Monday with maybe an inch or two of accumulation, maybe some light snow on Thursday. By the end of next weekend and the beginning of the following week, temperatures start to rebound, but even then, they're staying well below normal. First warn traffic, well, some good news there. I mean, the main highways, the Beltline, the interstates are in pretty good shape. Traffic is generally pretty light. It's the secondary roads and side streets that are already snow-covered and icy, and they're going to stay that way because salt really isn't going to help at temperatures this cold and colder. Travel times right now, pretty normal on the Beltline, 15 minutes either direction. Heading out of Madison, 27 minutes down to Janesville. It's 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12 and 18 minutes to Sun Prairie on US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
I think I'm going to go hibernate, Gary. Thank you. Ahead at 5, we're still 7 months away from college football season, but the Big Ten has released the football schedule. Who will the Badgers play? We'll find out ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
I did not have to put anything down.
Not a cent. Didn't have to write anyone, no check or anything.
I had absolutely no out-of-pocket costs.
I didn't have to pay a penny, and I still haven't paid a penny.
I didn't actually give him any money. I got money back.
If you don't win, we don't win. If I don't win, you don't win. What does that mean? It was like, well, if you don't win, you don't pay us anything.
There was no fee unless we won the case.
It didn't cost me anything. Gruber took care of everything.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time for the Great American Sales Event at your local Ford store. Celebrate with FlexBuy. Get 0% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 President's Day cash on top of other offers on select SUVs. With deals on America's best-selling brand, now's a great time to buy. Hurry in or shop online before February 15th. Get FlexBuy on a 2020 Escape with 0% APR for 66 months. And with President's Day cash, get a total $3,000 cash back. Celebrate now during the Great American Sales Event.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. Switch and get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
Get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Big Ten has released the 2021 football schedule, and the Badgers will start their season at home against a Big Ten foe. Wisconsin will take on Penn State for their first game of the season on September 2nd. Then the Badgers will face Eastern Michigan at home before going to Soldier Field to play Notre Dame. Bucky will have another home game as the Michigan Wolverines come to town. Wisconsin will head on the road to play Illinois and then face Army at Camp Randall. It will be the first time the two programs have ever played each other. The battle for Paul Bunyan's axe will be the last game of the regular season in Minneapolis. Times of the games will be released at a later date closer to the season.
About 7,500 healthcare workers will be special guests of the NFL at Sunday's Super Bowl in Tampa. Rebecca and her coworkers sent the NFL a video asking to be among the healthcare heroes at the game. It worked. 24 staff members from Sarasota Memorial will be in the stands, and so will Rocky Walker. He's a chaplain at New York's Mount Sinai Heart Hospital, where he spent many challenging days visiting seriously ill COVID patients and comforting staff.
What's the last 10 months been like, just breathing that in and out every single day?
I've seen some of, I think, the worst things that I would ever want to see in the amount of death, the indiscriminate nature of the death. But there's a flip side of that, and I've seen mankind at its best.
The chaplain received his ticket from Patriots owner Robert Kraft, but he's a lifelong Chiefs fan and can't wait to go to the game.
And of course, you can watch the big game right here on CBS. Coverage starts at 10:30 Sunday morning. Kickoff is set for 5:30. If you are looking for more coverage of the Super Bowl, we have full coverage on our website, channel3000.com. And tomorrow night, take a look back at the Green Bay Packers season in a half-hour special, including who might be on the team next year and a special perspective on the past season. From Manitowoc Minute's Charlie Barron. 6:30 Saturday night right here on News 3 Now.
That should be fun. A final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
Madison's biggest President's Day appliance sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances, including special doorbusters like these. And no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Get quality, innovation, and style with Pfister faucets from Menards. We carry over 60 kitchen and bath faucets from Pfister with available features like a spot resist finish, along with a lifetime warranty. You're sure to find the Pfister kitchen or bath faucet that matches your home's decor. Save on this Renato bath faucet. Right now, just $97.99 at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour. And start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Let's head to meteorologist Gary Canalti, who has a final check of our forecast.
Well, those temperatures continue to drop. We're already down to 10 degrees in Madison, and that's one of the warmer temperatures around. Most areas to our north and west are already in the single digits. You factor in the winds. Wind chills right now in the single digits to teens below zero. Those numbers will continue to drop as well. Wind chill advisory begins at midnight tonight and lasts until noon Sunday for Juneau and Adams counties, as well as areas to the west and north. Look for temperatures to drop to just below zero here in Madison, with wind chills down to 20 to 25 below zero by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's high at 8. Might see a flurry in the afternoon. Again, alert days in the forecast all the way through next Saturday for bitterly cold air. Some light snow Monday and Thursday, maybe some minor accumulations. The coldest air, with the coldest wind chills down to 40 below zero, might not occur until Friday morning and Saturday morning of next week.
Just be careful out there, that's for sure. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Hope you have a great weekend.